Here's your market update. This is the 2nd of February, Monday. And last week, apologies for not updating the market. I lost my voice, so I couldn't tell you what happened even if I wanted to. Anyways, we have the bond market. We have not much movement here, still inside of this pattern. We're waiting for it to break either direction, and then we'll have some good movement. And that will shake up the markets because the bond market, the big guy. So when he starts moving or it starts moving, it shakes up all the other markets. Right now, nothing's really shaking up. Here's your 2-year yield, still inside of the pattern. Not much is going on, so I wouldn't expect too much out of this. The Fed did not raise or lower, they just kept it the same. I can pull it up here on the chart. Ta-da! They're right here. Here's your Fed. Right here, saying a little close to that 2-year yield. We will see. If we break up out of this, that means you're going to get above the Fed and most likely have an interest rate hike. But we will see what goes on. Still inside of the pattern. Nothing has happened yet. Here's your 10-year. It's looking wonderful, finding support above the giant moving average, which means you guys are most likely going to keep going up. It can keep bouncing inside of this pattern that it's in, and this pattern is going up, so most likely you're going to see the 10-year yield going up, which means most likely more inflation heading your way. That is not very fun. Here is your S&P 500. I feel like the candle that happened today was a glitch or something. I checked on the futures contract, and it doesn't look like this. It's probably just a glitch on my side. But you guys broke down. You guys jumped down. Not very fun when it jumps down. But that would be your reset. And then it swung trade up. And then it came back up to hit this trend line here that if you extend it, it got pretty close to it. It came up, hit it. Now it's curling back over. And we'll see if we get another pullback. We can see if there's a new pattern here. But I won't know yet because I don't see enough touches. Maybe I'll draw it out in Wednesday's video. We will see what goes on in the S&P 500 later on this week. Here is your NASDAQ, also known as the Qs. You guys broke down on the pattern, had the same little swing up as the other chart, the S&P 500, and then came back down a little bit. This one also looking like a new pattern is forming. I'm thinking we can code it down a little bit lower. I'll probably just adjust these lines on Wednesday, just so we have more data on here before I move too many things around. Your Dow Jones Industrial Average is also starting to form a new pattern. It's looking like one of these pennant patterns. We will see. This one, we can move it around. So it looks something like that. And you just break either way, and then that's where you're most likely going to go. So we see where we go. It needs to break out of this. Here is your Bitcoin. It played out just as predicted and then gave us some more too. So that's cool. Love it when I'm right. So you guys came down and touched 76,000. Currently you're at 78,000. What do I expect from Bitcoin now? Probably another pattern to form. I don't see anything on this chart giving me an indication that we're forming something new yet. We'll find out on Wednesday if I put new lines on here. Maybe we'll get something. But as of right now, you guys played out exactly where predicted and a little bit more. And that's wonderful. Your XRP, I said you guys should probably not break this blue line. You guys broke below it, and then you broke the neckline of this head and shoulders pattern, making this little swing here your right shoulder for XRP, which means most likely you're going to keep going down lower. Now, it's just bouncing inside of this downward pattern, so it was expected to hit down here at like $1.40 49 cents. It was expected to come down there. Although now, since you broke down out of this, you're most likely gonna hit 2 cents on XRP. But that price target is massive and it's most likely not gonna run straight there, and it'll probably take a few months. So we'll just see what happens. I'll just leave it there. Here's gold, played out as expected, ran way past it. Whenever it does that, looks like a little something's going on. So then it pulls back because it ran too much. Needs to take a little water break. Came back down. And then now you guys can expect gold to most likely bounce on this line. If you break this line, then gold may go lower. For right now, you're most likely to bounce on this line. And your silver, you guys flew way past my price target. Now you guys came back down, took a break just like gold, and let's see what you're gonna bounce on. We have your silver. It is right here sitting on a line. This is where it will just keep bouncing off of, most likely. So you may see a swing on silver going up in the next few days. It may break down below and decide to hit this zone right here, which is where it'll slow down. It may or may not completely stop it. I don't know. But we will see it most likely swing on this orange line. And that's a wrap for everything. If you guys enjoyed this, make sure to like, subscribe, maybe comment. Tell me your thoughts about my analysis and everything. And overall, your bond market isn't really moving, so nothing's really there to shake up your markets. Your speculative assets are going down, which doesn't really look good, especially when you have more inflation. And your solid, trusted assets, gold and silver, are flying through the roof. Not a good sign either, but for those of you that hold it or trade it, good for you. And I will see you guys Wednesday.